Welcome to this video where we will learn about the legendary Saiva Saint Thiru Naalai Povar Nayanar. He hailed from the town of Adanur, which is situated near the Kollidam river, not too far away from Tiruppungur and Omampuliyur. As Sundaramurthy Nayanar has praised Thirunaalai Povar in some of his songs and is the earliest known commentator taking Thirunaalai Povar Nayanar's name, we can confirm that Thirunaalai Povar Nayanar has lived prior to or during Sundara's time, which is the 8th century in the Common Era. Thirunaalai Povar Nayanar's Guru Pusai, the day he attained Mukti, is on the Rohini Natchatram of the Tamil month of Puradasi, which is usually around the months of September and October. Circular Swamigal has dedicated 37 songs in his Periya Puranam to Thirunaalai Povar, which can be seen in the 12th Thirumurai. Now we know a few details about Thirunaalai Povar Nayanar, let's learn a bit more about his story. Thirunaalai Povar was born in the great town of Adanur in the Chola kingdom, adjacent to the pure-watered Kollidam river, where the fruits of the hard-working and labouring farmers and ploughmen were plain to see. Lush green fields and coconut trees filled the lands, and the natural world's fragrances filled the air. Thirunaalai Povar was born into a family of Pulayars who were important members of society, but were often looked down upon by many at the time, and sadly in some cases today. The Pulayars took on the important responsibilities of providing society with leather skins for drums and their straps, the strings of the melodious instruments such as the veena and the harp, and the important ingredient used in temple rituals and even as a medicine, known as gorosani. They were also fulfilling the duties of labouring in the fields, working for farmers to satisfy society's agricultural needs. As a result, they were also well known for their strength and good fitness. Thirunaalai Povar was a personification of humility and devotion, and for him, Lord Shiva was the only refuge. Thus, he did these deeds with full devotion towards the Lord, and tried to provide help to as many temples as he could through the medium of his work. By providing these important materials and doing these laborious deeds which only the Pulayar clan were able to do at the time. He would always visit places of worship and pilgrimage and supply leather drums and instruments. He would only be able to pray to the Lord from outside the temple and worship mentally, as that was the furthest he would have access to by the society at the time. While his community were confined to a small area with minimal facilities readily available to them, with many families only able to afford small huts roofed with dried grass, and with many additional restrictions imposed on them, he and his community still went about their life and work in a positive manner. Thirunaalai Povar was a staunch and loving devotee of the Lord, and in his community was seen as a shining light, for they felt his powerful and pure devotion was most definitely the continuation of his accumulated spiritual knowledge from his previous lives. Such was the sincerity of his devotion. One day, Thirunaalai Povar, who is also known as Nandanar, wished to see the divine sight of the Lord and do some service for him in Tiruppungur. However, as the Nandi idol in front of the Lord was in the line of his vision, he was not able to see the form of the Lord and was saddened as a result. Thirunaalai Povar kept on praying to the Lord fervently. The Lord was pleased to see such devotion and asked his dear Nandi to move to the side slightly so that his devotee Thirunaalai Povar could see him. Even to this day, the Nandi at Tiruppungur is slanted to one side. Through this magical incident, Thirunaalai Povar not only broke down barriers, he showed the world that even if society may discriminate, the Lord does not discriminate between his devotees. Thirunaalai Povar thus had a great view of the Lord's holy form. He wanted to do some service for the Lord, and upon seeing a depression in the land near the temple, he dug a tank for the temple to use and then returned to his home in Adanur. Even today, this temple tank can be seen and has been named the Thirunaalai Povar Tirukkulam. It is said that when Thirunaalai Povar prayed to the Lord, sharing his concern with the lack of support provided for him for his desire to complete the digging of the temple tank, the all-loving Lord sent Ganapati to provide help alongside some of the Siva Ganas. As a result, even today, the Ganapati of the Tiruppunkur temple is known as Kulamvattiya Vinayar, Vinayar who dug the tank. It is said that after this incident, a satisfied ThirunaalaiPovar returned home. Soon, a desire arose within him to go to the holy temple in Chidambaram and witness the blissful sight of Lord Nadaraja. His love for the Lord grew to such intensity that he would shed tears in joy and tell all his companions, "I will surely go to Chidambaram tomorrow." As he kept repeating this phrase, he earned the nickname of ThirunaalaiPovar, one who would go tomorrow.